The internet went up in flames overnight, and nobody saw it coming. Out of nowhere, whispers started swirling that Sierra Gates, yes, that's Sierra from Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, might have crossed a line that even reality TV couldn't script a line involving none other than Kirk Frost. Within hours, Twitter threads, Instagram blogs, and TikTok creators were running wild, piecing together alleged screenshots, cryptic comments, and suspicious sightings that had fans clutching their phones in disbelief. "Ain't no way Sierra did that to Rasheeda," one fan tweeted, summing up the collective shock across the internet. For those who followed Love and Hip Hop for years, this rumor hit a nerve. Kirk and Rasheeda's relationship has been a roller coaster from the start. Love, betrayal, public forgiveness, and repeat. Fans have seen Rasheeda stand by Kirk through cheating scandals, secret children, and years of messy on-screen drama that blurred the line between reality and humiliation. So when Sierra's name suddenly got pulled into the mix, it wasn't just gossip, it was blasphemy in the love and hip-hop world. Sierra, who's built her image as a boss woman and loyal friend, being linked to Rasheeda's husband, that was enough to stop timelines cold. The blogs wasted no time. "Unconfirmed but messy," one outlet wrote, while another flat-out claimed there was undeniable tension brewing behind the scenes. Even without solid proof, the speculation took on a life of its own. Every post Sierra liked, every quote Rasheeda shared, every time Kirk went silent online, fans read between the lines like detectives on a mission. The internet loves a scandal, and this one had all the ingredients: loyalty, betrayal, and two women viewers had always seen as sisters in the spotlight. As the rumors spread, fans began revisiting old Love and Hip Hop episodes. Clips of Rasheeda and Sierra laughing together, calling each other sis, and supporting one another through heartbreak. Now those same clips were being reposted with captions like, "Sis?" or "Snake." The irony wasn't lost on anyone. What made this worse was how quiet everyone involved seemed. No denials, no confirmations. Just silence, and silence, in the world of social media, speaks volumes. Comment sections turned into war zones. Some people defended Sierra, calling it another case of internet fabrication. Others claimed they'd been hearing whispers for months. The tension was thick, the receipts were thin, and yet somehow the story only grew stronger. It was as if fans were addicted to the possibility of chaos, waiting for one of the three to finally say something, anything. And that's when the story started to take on a darker tone. Screenshots began circulating. Alleged messages, cryptic stories, clues that hinted maybe, just maybe, there was more to this rumor than anyone wanted to believe. And that's where things started to unravel, because if there's one thing we've learned about Love and Hip Hop, it's that behind every whisper, there's usually a little bit of truth waiting to be exposed. Now this is where things get messy, and I mean real messy. Just when people thought the rumor mill might die down, the blogs came swinging with what they called exclusive receipts. Screenshots began circulating on gossip pages, allegedly showing flirty exchanges between Sierra and Kirk that had fans losing their minds. One post claimed the two were spotted getting a little too comfortable at a private industry event, while another alleged there were DMs that hinted at something deeper than friendship. None of it was officially confirmed, but let's be honest, in the world of reality TV scandals, perception becomes reality in seconds. Suddenly, every blog had its own source close to production, spilling variations of the same story. That there had been tension between Rasheeda and Sierra long before the internet caught on. The comment sections were chaos fans dissecting every emoji, every caption, every outfit choice. Some claimed Rasheeda's recent posts about fake friends were subtle jabs, while others swore Kirk's silence was his way of dodging guilt. And in true messy fashion, even people from the Love and Hip Hop cast started chiming in, some with shade-filled tweets and others pretending to be neutral but clearly stirring the pot. It was like watching digital dominoes fall. One leak led to another. One rumor sparked 5 more. Sierra's name trended for days, and her comments were flooded with people demanding the truth. Meanwhile, Rasheeda played it cool, posting business promos and motivational quotes like nothing was happening, but that only fueled the fire more. Because fans weren't just talking about infidelity anymore, they were talking about betrayal between friends. The vibe was heavy. How could Sierra do that to Rasheeda? Became the most repeated line across social media. And whether it was real or not, the optics alone were devastating. The audience was hooked, the blogs were eating, and suddenly, this wasn't just a rumor anymore. It was a full-blown public spectacle with Kirk, Sierra, and Rasheeda trapped at the center of it. When the pressure finally hit boiling point, Sierra couldn't stay silent any longer. The internet was dragging her name through the mud, the blogs were twisting every angle, and fans were demanding answers, so she did what any reality star in damage control mode would do. She went live. The moment Sierra hit that Go Live button, thousands of viewers flooded in, ready to hear her side. Dressed in a fitted hoodie, hair slicked back, and with that signature mix of confidence and exhaustion in her voice, Sierra started off calm, but you could feel the tension behind every word. She denied the rumors flat out, saying people were playing with her name for clicks, and that she would never betray Rasheeda like that. "That's my sis, and y'all really got me messed up," she said, shaking her head. But as the live went on, her tone shifted from defensive to emotional. She hinted that there were people inside the love and hip-hop circle trying to sabotage her image, and that the rumors were manufactured drama meant to keep her storyline relevant for the upcoming season. Still, fans weren't entirely convinced. Some flooded the comments with heart emojis and words of support, saying they believed her. Others pointed out inconsistencies, asking why she seemed so nervous, why her explanations kept circling around, or why she didn't mention Kirk's name directly. The shade rooms had a field day dissecting every frame, slowing down clips, zooming in on facial expressions, analyzing her tone like it was a courtroom testimony. And if that wasn't enough, within hours of the live, a few old acquaintances started dropping their own takes. One ex-friend claimed Sierra wasn't as innocent as she looked, while another said she had a habit of mixing business with pleasure. Whether these were genuine insiders or clout chasers, it didn't matter. The narrative had already spun out of control. Sierra posted a few more stories afterward, talking about how people love to see a woman down, trying to reclaim her power, but it was too late. The damage had been done. What made it worse was Rasheeda's eerie silence, no reposts, no defense, no denial. Just quiet. Fans took that as confirmation that something between the two wasn't right. Commenters began to note that Rasheeda hadn't been seen liking or commenting on Sierra's posts for weeks. The friendship that once looked unbreakable suddenly felt ice cold. And as much as Sierra tried to control the narrative, the internet had already chosen its villain. It was a harsh reminder of how fast public opinion can flip. One day you're the fan favorite boss chick, the next day you're trending for all the wrong reasons. Sierra might have said her piece, but in the eyes of the audience, the story was just getting started. If there's one thing people know about Rasheeda, it's that she's mastered the art of grace under fire. For years, she's kept her head high through public humiliation, cheating scandals, and every kind of rumor the industry could throw at her. But this time, something felt different. The whispers involving Sierra didn't just threaten her marriage, they cut deep because they involved trust. Rasheeda had always spoken about loyalty like it was sacred, especially after everything she and Kirk had already survived. So when the gossip pages began pushing the Sierra story harder, fans started watching Rasheeda's every move like hawks, waiting to see if she'd crack. And although she didn't speak directly on it, her actions said plenty. Subtle things. Unfollowing Sierra, skipping events they'd normally attend together, posting a few cryptic quotes about energy not matching anymore, and learning who's really in your corner. To fans, those little details were the confession. Behind the scenes, insiders claimed Rasheeda was hurt but tired, not just by the rumor itself, but by how quickly people seemed to believe it. She had fought so hard to rebuild her image after Kirk's past scandals, only to find herself dragged back into the same narrative this time, with her own friend's name attached. Some people close to her said she felt blindsided. Others said she was trying to stay focused on her business empire and family, refusing to give the internet the reaction it wanted. Still, you could sense the heartbreak in her silence. Rasheeda has always prided herself on being composed, but fans who followed her for years could read between the lines, that forced smile in a recent vlog. The slightly colder tone in interviews. It wasn't just business stress, it was emotional exhaustion. Online, the conversation shifted from gossip to empathy. Viewers started reposting old clips of Rasheeda, talking about forgiveness, about how hard it was to stay in love after betrayal. "This woman has been through too much," one fan wrote under a montage video that quickly went viral. The general sentiment was heartbreak for Rasheeda as a wife, a friend, and a woman who had already given too many chances. But not everyone was sympathetic. Some said she chose this life, reminding people that Rasheeda once publicly forgave Kirk's infidelity and even had to confront it on national television. "If she took him back once, she'll take him back again," one user commented, sparking a fiery debate. It was like watching the internet split into teams, Team Rasheeda, Team Sierra, and a small but loud Team Kirk, which mostly consisted of people playing devil's advocate. As the story grew, even celebrities began chiming in. A few reality TV veterans hinted that this wasn't the first time Sierra's name had been linked to controversy behind the scenes. Others defended Rasheeda, saying she's too classy to go low, but deserved better friends. Meanwhile, Rasheeda continued posting promoting her fashion line, sharing family moments, but never once addressing the elephant in the room. It was a silent strength that commanded attention. But sometimes, silence says everything. Every photo without Sierra, every caption about protecting your peace, every event where she stood alone, it told a story of a woman done protecting people who wouldn't do the same for her. Then came the emotional tipping point. During a short clip from a public appearance, a fan asked her about staying strong through friendship betrayal. And for the briefest moment, Rasheeda's composure cracked. Her smile faltered. Her voice softened and she said, "Sometimes you outgrow people you thought were forever." That single line sent the internet into a frenzy. It wasn't confirmation, but it was enough. Fans flooded comment sections calling her the definition of strength and resilience. And while Rasheeda never mentioned names, everyone knew exactly who and what she was referring to. By the end of the week, Rasheeda had gone from victim to symbol. People weren't just talking about the scandal anymore, they were celebrating her strength. But deep down, the damage was already done. The sisterhood that once defined Rasheeda, and Sierra was now in ashes. Kirk's name was back in the mud, and the love and hip-hop world had found its newest heartbreak saga. The only question left hanging in the air was how Rasheeda would move forward this time with forgiveness, or with finality. And then there's Kirk Frost, the man who always seems to find himself in the middle of chaos, whether he wants to or not. While the internet dissected Sierra's every move and Rasheeda's silence, Kirk remained Kirk, calm, distant, and suspiciously quiet. No public statements, no interviews, not even a cryptic post. Just radio silence. And if you've followed him over the years, you know that silence from Kirk usually means one of two things: either he's guilty or he's planning to flip the narrative in his favor. Fans instantly picked up on his lack of response, flooding his comments with accusations, eye emojis, and reminders of his messy past. "We've seen this movie before," one fan wrote under an old clip of Kirk's infamous paternity confession. And that comment alone racked up thousands of likes. Because let's be real, Kirk's reputation precedes him. From his business dealings to his questionable on-screen choices, he's earned a reputation as the guy who can't seem to stay out of trouble, even when he's not directly involved. But what made this situation different was how personal it felt. This wasn't some random woman from the show. This was Sierra, a friend of his wife. That made it hit differently. Some insiders whispered that Kirk was furious behind the scenes, claiming the story was completely fabricated and that he was being used for clout. Others said he was acting unbothered, brushing it off like another internet lie. Either way, his silence only fueled speculation. Fans pointed out that even during previous scandals, Rasheeda often came to his defense, but this time she didn't. That alone made people believe there might be truth to what was circulating. Meanwhile, Kirk tried to carry on like business as usual, posting car videos, studio updates, and motivational captions about staying focused. But the comments were relentless. Every post turned into a courtroom, with fans calling him a manipulator, a narcissist, or a man who simply doesn't value what he has. Some even joked that if Kirk's name trends, it's never for something good. And while that might sound harsh, it reflected a real pattern the public had grown tired of. Over time, the man who once represented hustle and entrepreneurship had become a walking reminder of reality TV's toxic side, where apologies come cheap and lessons rarely stick. By the end of the week, Kirk's name was once again tied to scandal. His marriage looked strained, and the once powerful Frost brand was facing another credibility crisis. Whether innocent or guilty, one thing was clear. Kirk Frost didn't have to say a word for the internet to find him guilty in the court of public opinion. The internet turned into a battlefield the moment the story hit full speed. Memes, reactions, and think pieces were everywhere. Twitter was chaos. Instagram comment sections were war zones, and TikTok creators were posting dramatic recaps like they were breaking world news. Everyone had an opinion, and nobody was holding back. Half the internet was riding for Rasheeda, calling her the definition of strength, and demanding she finally walk away from Kirk for good. The other half was divided between clowning Kirk for his never-ending scandals and side-eyeing Sierra for allegedly breaking the ultimate girl code. Some fans even started rewatching old love and hip-hop clips, pointing out awkward glances, and moments they now claimed were signs something had been off for months. Influencers jumped in too, spilling insider tea, analyzing every social media post, and adding fuel to the fire. Hashtags like Rasheeda deserves better and Sierra speaks trended for days, while YouTube commentators turned the situation into a full-blown series of breakdowns, timelines, and who's lying theories. It wasn't just gossip anymore. It was entertainment messy, addictive, and unstoppable. Some fans expressed sadness over the potential end of a sisterhood they admired, while others treated it like the latest season of a show they couldn't stop watching. And in true social media fashion, even people who had no idea who these three were started weighing in just for the drama. The chaos reached a point where every emoji, every cryptic post, and every song lyric Rasheeda or Sierra shared became breaking news. The fans weren't just watching, they were narrating, investigating, and shaping the story in real time. By the end of it, the internet had officially taken sides, and the once private tension between friends had turned into a viral soap opera no one could look away from. As the dust began to settle, the energy around the scandal shifted from explosive to eerily quiet, that kind of silence that only makes people talk louder. Rasheeda, Sierra, and Kirk all seemed to retreat into their corners, each handling the fallout in their own way. Rasheeda focused on business moves and family content, keeping her captions polished but noticeably distant. Sierra switched her tone to one of positivity and healing, posting self-care quotes and affirmations that fans instantly interpreted as subtle jabs. And Kirk, well, he kept pretending like nothing ever happened, leaning on that familiar strategy of silence that somehow only makes everything worse. But behind that calm surface, the tension was undeniable. Mutual friends reportedly started choosing sides, brand deals were quietly paused, and fans noticed the unfollows piling up across all three accounts. Industry insiders whispered that producers for Love and Hip Hop were already circling the scandal like hawks, trying to figure out how to turn this real-life mess into on-screen gold. Meanwhile, fans were growing impatient. They wanted closure, a statement, something. Instead, what they got were carefully curated social media moves. Sierra went live again, this time in full glam and a calm voice, insisting she was done addressing negativity and that she was moving in peace. Rasheeda stayed silent but posted a photo of herself wearing a shirt that said, "Protect your circle," which went viral within hours. Kirk, in classic Kirk fashion, ignored the noise and dropped a clip promoting his new business venture, only for the comments to drag him all over again. Everyone's pretending to move on, but the public can still feel the awkwardness. The once inseparable friendship between Rasheeda and Sierra seems fractured beyond repair, and while nobody's confirming it, everyone knows the vibe will never be the same. Even at events, fans noticed how they now keep their distance. No more matching outfits or playful interactions. The scandal might have stopped trending, but its shadow lingers in how they post, how they speak, and how fans now see them. And just like that, what began as a rumor evolved into a defining moment that rewrote the dynamics of one of reality TV's most recognizable trios. Now that the dust has settled, at least for now, everyone's left asking the same burning questions. Where do Rasheeda, Kirk, and Sierra go from here? Can a friendship this public, this deep, ever truly recover once trust has been broken? Can a marriage survive when the past keeps haunting it? Or is this just another chapter in a never-ending reality TV cycle that thrives on heartbreak and redemption? What's clear is that this situation has changed how fans view all three of them. Rasheeda, once seen as the embodiment of forgiveness, now stands as a symbol of quiet strength, a woman who's learned to protect her peace, even if that means walking alone. Sierra's reputation took a hit she may never fully escape, though her determination to move with grace has earned her some redemption. And Kirk, well, his silence has only reinforced what people already believe about him, that he's a man who somehow always finds himself in the eye of the storm. As the cameras keep rolling and the blogs keep spinning, fans can't help but wonder if there's more truth waiting to surface, or if this is finally the end of an era for the Frosts and Sierra. Because in the unpredictable world of love and hip-hop, there's one thing we all know for sure when it comes to love, loyalty, and betrayal: nothing ever stays buried for long.